cute. So my chat channel doesn't want to be found tonight for the prompter. It is what it is. Okay, well at least my audio is working. So let's do this. Let's get it ready to roll here in just a few minutes. Okie doke. Looks like the bulk of my stuff is ready to fly.
Mic off, mic on.
There we go. We have a green light, so I can tell my microphone is on too. That's one of the things that makes me crazy, is it just randomly decides to turn the light off even though it's not set to. I feel like that needs to be over a little bit more. Maybe. Let's see. Better? Seems better to me. Seems like I'm more centered in frame now. Alrighty. I totally zoned out there. It's like, wait a minute. Check a countdown timer. Oh, yeah, it stopped counting down. It means I'm supposed to go live now. Alright, well, it is Monday night, and I am still in the throes of finishing up a major map for my next game. We were supposed to play this last Saturday, had a player out with food poisoning, so that fell apart. Okay, I want you to see this city map for the first time. Well, maybe not the first time, some of you have probably seen it already. But now, I can throw in all of the little annotations of where there are encounters of some type, be it a group of Yuan-Ti on patrol, or the Red Wizards, or dinosaurs, or any number of things, undead. So we also have mapped out all of the locations for the city for the 9 shrines for the 9 trickster gods of Omu, as well as a long abandoned temple to Ubtao, and lots of other fun stuff. So I've got 2 locations that I have not done that are kind of extra locations. One of which is going to be this location 22 you see here where my mouse is dancing around. Let me just zoom it in. This is going to be a magic academy, so I need to do something with that. And this over here, number 30, is going to be a food pyramid. And yes, I'm dorky. It's an inside joke, you know. There was supposed to, or one of the things in one of the supplements I read through had a pyramid that produced strange fruits, and I didn't really care for that, and so I decided to do something dorky, and I'm making like the USDA food pyramid as a structure. Oh, I need to change that label. See, it's a good thing we do this stuff, because then I realize my labels are jacked up. So here are all of the locations in the city. My notes that the players can't see. Let's shove that over to the side. Let's fix 30. It's going to be the food pyramid. So we will save that. And now when I hover it on the map, it changed the label perfectly. So there are 2 additional locations. They're going to be complete separate modules that I have to build yet. And that's what you see over here on the sidebar in my journals. You know, this is chapter 3. This is the Forbidden City, based on the adventure source. Chapter 4, the Fane of the Night Serpent, is actually the Yuan-Ti stronghold. It lies beneath Area 20, which you see this big circular wall in the interior. This is the ruins of the Palace of Omu, and the Fane of the Night Serpent, the Temple of the Snake People, lies underneath the Royal Palace. There are 2 entrances, one here in the northwest quadrant. That's the quote-unquote main entrance. And then there will be a hidden entrance down here, just a small crevasse that they can squeeze through, down here in the shrubs and the thickets and the ruins of these buildings. So, but underneath 20, underneath this area, lies an entire adventure area. So we can take a look at that based on the purchased content. No, I don't want to see that. And then that takes them down into the actual temple, which is going to be a pain in the butt for them. So, why am I not seeing any maps here? I guess because I had not imported said locations. And would you quit popping up the damn encounters for the entire damn dungeon? Area 2. The other hyperlinking leaves much to be desired. That's the reason I don't design mine like this. So that will be that nightmare, chapter 4. If they decide to go there, or if they get captured and have no choice. The other, and the reason why we are here, is to reach and destroy the Soulmonger, which is hidden in the dungeon beneath the tomb of the 9 gods. So that is actually chapter 5, the tomb of the 9 gods. And what's cool is I can pull some of this stuff up here and say, hey, show this image to the players. And so there are 6 levels to the dungeon, each with their own encounter. So here you go. Will that pop it out in a separate handout for them? Probably not. Now this is my map because you can see it's keyed. But I have not done this yet because I will have to take and put together all of the traps and encounters and the fun stuff that go with this map. So this is going to be just as bad as building the city was. It's going to make me fuss and cuss and carry on. So, but I don't. The goal is it's going to take them 2 to 3 sessions to get through all of Omu and explore all of Omu. And really, they kind of need to do that so that they can level up before they enter the Tomb of the 9 Gods. So that's kind of my thought process. It'd also be nice to get the snake people off your backsides so that they are not trying to harass you every step of the way. Although I don't think that. And here's that map, just so you can see it. So this is the temple. And when they come down from the main entrance, they're going to come down here into Area 1. If they come in through the back entrance, they're going to come in down here in the rough-hewn natural caverns that lie south of the temple. So, we shall see. So, we've got all of that to deal with yet. I'm going to have a blast with it. I've got to get it built out. That's going to be my goal for the next 2 weeks, is to build out both the Tomb of the 9 Gods and the Fane of the Night Serpent. So, we'll be playing, hopefully, next Saturday. Matter of fact, that's a good time for me to check and see. Let me put out a group chat real quick. Are we playing this next Saturday? Okay. Because that needs to happen, because I'm chomping at the bit to kill me some murder hobos, or at least torture them viciously. So, speaking of murder hobos, if you would like to become a murder hobo, you can come check out our website. And I am working on a form you can submit to join us. So you go out, go to the Adventurers Apply Within under Games, where it says Adventurers Wanted. Kind of discusses what all I do, as far as we have different games, campaigns and one-shots. I do have a Discord server set up so that when we're playing we can audio chat while we're playing privately and not have other people in there with us. And then there's the form to fill out, and then yeah, what to expect next. So kind of this is fixing to go public. I gotta finish fleshing this page out this week, but that's over at HuskyHouseRPGs.com if anybody is interested. That will be hot by Wednesday afternoon, and then you know, in the application or the packet you fill out the form work, and it's not a big form. I'm not all about the paperwork. Trust me, I want to play some D&D, not push papers around. You can kind of tell me what you like out of the different aspects of play and check that out and give me some feedback, and then we can match you up to a current or a new game and go from there. I'm trying to get a second gaming group going, and ideally I would like 5 to 6 players for each game, and then from there also have 2 alternates so that I don't have to cancel sessions just because one player's out sick. Right now I only have 3 players, so we're kind of hands tied. If one person's sick, it kind of cramps the game for all of us, because we've got 3 people playing, but they're playing 4 characters, so somebody's carrying 2. It gets messy. It's time to streamline and make this a more cohesive process for everybody involved, them and me. So anyways, let's dive in here, shall we? And where did my mouse just fly off to? We want to work on what's going to be Area 22. So let's cut to scenes. 22 is not here yet, so I'm going to create a scene. 22, the Magic Academy. So these numbers don't get shown to the player, they're just here for my reference. And this is in the Forbidden City. We're going to create a scene. Alright. Now we're going to configure said scene. Don't show it in the navigation. But when I pull it up, it'll put the name up there. So we don't want the 22 in front of it. Okay. And then background color, elevation. Yes, we want a grid. Yes, we're going to stick to the lighting with token vision, which I can show you all that this evening. Alright, background image for this is going to be... Yes, this is what I did this weekend, is I built an F-ton of maps. What are we going with for a map? We have a lab. Okay, we're going to go with this general area picture. Select that. Save changes. Let's take this hot and see what we got. Okay, perfect. So I've got a couple of buildings that are basically going to be ruins, because we're in a ruined city, right? I need to probably wall some stuff in real quick with some terrain walls. Now this has the effect of adjusting their visibility when they are looking at stuff. And I will show that off here in a minute. Okay. Need to stretch that one out a little bit more. And then now we can kind of encapsulate this. Okay, so primary terrain wall. Now in these areas I want to do a secondary terrain wall, and it will become apparent soon enough why I want to do that. Because I'm going to show you, whoops, how the lighting affects this. Token lighting and vision. Okay. So, for the initial introduction, theater of the mind, we're going to chat up what's here. It's not going to be all that, because I'm only going to have 2 buildings that are not just ruins. Let's grab a PC character. Let's grab Matt's. Drop him into the middle of the map. Now, see how the shadows shift based on his movement? And so he can't see into doorways. I do see some adjustments I want to make. Like this, whoops. Doesn't need to be just this huge long segment. It just needs to be across the doorway. Okay. So now let's do that over again. Drop him on the map. Okay, so now you see the dark spots where the doorways are, so he can't see into them. I did that intentionally. And so we're going to have ruined building to the left, ruined building to the right, trash sleeping quarters, dead ahead, basically the academy's equivalent of a dorm. But to the upper left and the upper right are going to be the locations I want them to explore, which is going to be an alchemy lab and a library. And so I'm actually going to break this particular room into 3 maps. Let's take him off of there. That does that map. Do I have grid lines turned on this scene? Does not look like they are. No, they're on. Okay. So we're going to save that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my scenes, and I'm going to create, let's see, based on my maps that I did. Chapter 3, location 22, the Magic Academy. Let's see, we're going to do the library to the left, so we're going to make that 22A. We're going to do the alchemy lab to the right and make that 22B. Okay, so we're going to create an additional scene. 22A, Academy Library. Again, this will be in the Forbidden City. take the numbering off. Okay, we want to upload our image that we'd already built. Select that bad boy, save changes. Let's activate that scene. Okay. So, here's what's going to be wicked. There's no damn doorway into this library, so actually we're going to pretend this is a door. No, because there's furniture in the way. So that means I need to drop a portal, which means in the previous scene I need to describe a portal, right? Okay. Shit's about to get weird. Let's see. Do I have a portal? In one of these effects kits, I have a portal. No, I'm not playing with the weather. See, I don't like how search does not search subfolders. It wants to be stupid. Okay. It's not under compendiums. Those are my items that I've built out. Adventures, journals, actors. Let's do a tile. And we're going to draw a tile. Place tile. I guess I need to get it right. Tile or image video. Browse files. Where, oh where? Nope. I think under here, artwork. No. I have animated art. Assets, conditions, fires, rooms. Okay. Let's look under assets. Portal. But it doesn't give me a preview. Well, that sucks. So I'm probably in the wrong location. Let's just throw a portal down here and see what we get. Perfect. Alright, so now we have a way in and out of the library. We can at least explain ourselves. Because there are no damn doors otherwise. Alright, so things I want to put in the arcane library. I'm gonna have to think on this, because we will have to come back and actually add that. For now, it's enough to have the map ready, right? That's kind of my thinking. So let's go back to scenes and do 22B and do the Academy Lab. And I really wish 1Password would quit popping up my name info on every time I open a field. 22B Academy Lab. Create a new scene. Configure. Now I don't have to do anything crazy here because there's a doorway in and out of the alchemy lab. Trust me, you don't want to be relying on a magic portal to escape if there's an explosion in the lab. What happens when the portal malfunctions? You're effed. Anyways. So, into assets, maps. We are going to upload 22B. Grid and lighting should all be good at defaults. Well, we have to size this. I'll tell you what we have to do. Because I always like to test my scenes before we're playing. Okay, so Matt's giant head is exactly that, giant. Which tells me the scale of this map is off. So this is 22A, the Academy Library. We need it to be about 1/4 of that, so we're going to change that grid size to 25 pixels. Alright, now what's cool is you see his vision around him. Now one of the things I didn't do is we did not drop a light source on that portal. So we definitely want to do that. We want that portal to cast light in the room. That's good. Now, what kind of light do we want? Light animation type. Mysterious emanation? No. No. Definitely not. That would give me a headache. So I'm wondering... Mysterious animation... Pulse... Pulsing wave... No. Sunburst. Okay. I probably would go with update that, but we do need to tweak its radius. Light radius. We're gonna go dim to 60 feet. No. But bright to 30 feet. So now let's grab his token. And he can see there's a light coming from something on the floor at the far end of the room. And notice that his vision is black and white because he has dark vision. So he doesn't see in color in low light situations, he sees in black and white. Now when he gets close to a light source, then his vision resolves to color in that area. Okay, so since this is an arcane library, I feel like maybe it should have some artificial light sources that come on whenever the library is occupied. So, I want to drop a few lights. Let me think about where. I think I want a light here on the shelf. Let's see. Let's put a light here. Although that's right close to the portal. Let's go with over here. And then light animation, basic configuration. We're going to do 30 and 15. We're going to put a wall in there so that the light doesn't go over the wall. Light color. I want a golden color because we're going to use a lantern kind of thing. Light animation type, that's fine. Let's put a wall. Let's wall this place in real quick.
Mic on.
So this is wonderful. This is the second or third time today my internet's went down. This is the second time I've streamed and it's went down. Before all these storms started, this never happened. So I am just highly internets for this reason, and it looks like I'm probably going to have to go back to that. That's expensive, and it's ridiculous. You know, fiber internet. Yeah, man, now my server's got me stuck in a game session, so I can't log back in because it still thinks I'm logged in. So I'm kind of stuck right now, waiting for Foundry to kick me out so I can log back in, so I can pick up where I left off, because the internet blipped for the second time today. Wonderful. I am fixing to pick up the phone and call somebody at AT&T and lose my shit on them. I don't get it. You know, it hasn't hardly rained today. It sprinkled. I can understand if we're storming, it's raining cats and dogs outside and it going down. But for it to just be randomly glitching, no, not good. So I guess I'll be on the market for a secondary high-speed internet here in the Huntsville area. Yay me. Alright, let's see if it's logged me out or figured out that I disappeared. Nope. It still thinks I am in the game. I suppose I can shell into the system and restart the service. And see if I can get back in that way. Alright, yeah, reconnect me. Yeah, there's no longer an active game session because of bullshit. Let me get back in. Y'all, it's just frustrating to be having technical issues. I work in IT, so I do this crap all day long, and my stuff has been rock solid until all these storms started like 2-3 weeks ago. And then now it wants to be some hokey bullshit. Let's see, do I only have one wall? I only have one wall, so yes. Okay, now, where did my light source go? There it is. So, light color is jacked again. Okay, so we have light there. No, we don't want an animation. Let's just update the light. Okay. Now, before all the chaos started, it made me crazy. Okay, we're going to drag this other light object over to here. And then another one to here. And another one to here. Okay, so now our library has adequate lighting. At least I feel it does. Let's drop a token back in here. See how his vision is affected. We're going to pop him down in the middle. Move him around a little bit. So you can see the circle of his vision moving around. In the areas he doesn't have good visibility. You know what? Does there need to be a light in the middle of the room? I feel like maybe in this table there needs to be a light. So now let's go back to the tokening. I want to adjust the lighting on this one to 25 and 12.5. That doesn't need to be as bright as the lights on the wall, maybe. Does it need to be over here in the shelves? Or maybe up here? I like how the walls cut off the light now. Maybe we need something like a light there. And maybe a light back here. Okay. So our magic library, right? Our Magic Academy library, I now feel has better lighting than it did. Although, you know, the one thing I did is I took out the light I had in the middle of the room. You know, the other thing I could do is instead of placing so many lights, is I can make the light radiuses for these light sources more powerful. Okay, I feel like the Academy's done as far as the library, and next step will be to go to the alchemy lab and go have some fun there. So let's go over to 22B, the alchemy lab. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is wall this off based on where they're coming in at. adjust this a little bit. Okay. Now, light source is here. Let's drop one here. Okay, and we're going to go dim to 30 feet, bright to 15 feet. Or actually go 25 and 12.5. Now that's way too bright, and our scale is also off, so we need to adjust the scale the same as the other. Let's drop a token on the map and see how we're doing scale wise. Oh, way off. He's a midget in a lab. So maybe 50 was the appropriate choice. Or maybe even 75. Let's go to a grid of 75 pixels per square. There we go. And then let's take him off the map and let's tweak the light intensity. Advanced options. Let's go to 0.25. And then I kind of want a effect on these, on the water or whatever we have in here in these contraptions. Let's do this. We're going to put the light source up here, and then we're going to add a sub light source here to whatever this is. Let's go 5 and 2.5. There we go. So that's casting off a light, and then we have a light in the center of the room. I think that works better. Let me see if my Streamlabs is playing nice after all this excitement and me getting booted the hell off of here. Okay. Never a dull moment. Alright, so we have the academy done. I'm going to set their starting area to here when they come in. So there you go. You see how the walls around him affect his vision. And because I'm the DM, it'll let me pass through walls, but players can't do that. Let me come up here and investigate the mystery light. That's cool. Alright. So I'm going to close out that. And let's see. What happened to... Why do I have... I guess this is every monster I've placed. And for some reason they are all showing up in here. And I need to create a folder, I guess. Oh, folder color. Okay. No, I just want to get all of y'all out of my main view, separate from the module view. And I guess I'm going to have to drag every single one of y'all into the folder that I want you in. This is every monster that's on the map in Chapter 3 in various places. Nope, didn't want to look at him. Thank you, though. Why are nobody else moving? Everybody's like, you should self-host your Foundry server. Well, yeah, because I'm evaluating it, I am, because I don't want to spend the money for a monthly subscription to the Forge just yet. But when your internet craps out on you in the middle of a session, you're going to lose the game. Of course, the DM gets knocked offline because the internet's down. I imagine it has the same damn effect, so... Okay, this will organize this a little better and make it a little less of a nightmare for me. There we go. Now everybody's in a folder. My scenes are okay. I put the temples in a folder. The tomb is a thing in and of itself. So this is good. So what I've got to deal with is... Let me activate one of these and see what it is. I did some extra mapping. So here we go. We have a ruined building. Or ruined something. We also have... maybe, if it loads, a city intersection. So I loaded those. I haven't done anything with them. I think I might save those for random encounters and see if I have a random street encounter that I'll use this, or if they're searching a building and I roll up a random encounter and we're doing theater of the mind, I'll use the other. So that'll give me plenty of options. Alright, we want to look at 22A, the Academy Library, and 22B. So I'm going to create a folder, 22A, Academy Library, because we're undoubtedly going to find stuff in here. And then 22B, Academy lab, so I'll have to populate those with some goodies. Let's go ahead and activate the library scene. Actually, I think we're going to do the lab first. Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to do maybe a couple of potions already pre-mixed, hidden in here. And then maybe some mixtures that if they want to play alchemy mad scientists, that they can mix together would either result in an unidentified potion or a lab explosion, because everybody deserves lab induced superpowers, right? So, oh, here comes one of my puppies. What you doing? What you doing? You coming to hang out with your daddy? It's my little bit. Are you the hamp? Are you the hamp? Yes, always. Always the hamp. And get the belly. Get the belly. Get the belly. Oh, that feels good, huh? That feels good. Well, thank you for that little kiss. That's my cuddle pup right there. Aren't ya? My baby. I took a short nap after work today, and he come and jumped up on the bed and laid down with me. Usually Big Brother's the one that gets in the bed at night. But during the day, if you go take a nap, Little Brother gets in bed with you. And he will usually paw on you to get some attention. And the only way to get him to stop is to roll over and turn your back to him so he will leave you alone. Huh. Huh. Pretty boy. Alright. Enough playing with the dogs. Let's see. I think we've got the Magic Academy done, but I need to do the treasure for this location, and then figure out. Okay, and then the fruit pyramid, the food pyramid. I need to quit that. The food pyramid. I hadn't done anything with it tonight. Okay, the bell tower of the dinosaur lord is done. Kubazan's shrine. Is there an encounter in Kubazan's already built? Why? Tomb of Annihilation, Chapter 3, Locations in the City. Kubazans. Okay. So, 2 giant frogs and 1 frog hemoth. So if I hit run QE, I think it's going to drop them on the map and prep for combat. What? Okay. So we have an issue with this map, and we need to edit Kubazans. That's the reason I didn't have it showing on my list as done, is because Okay, why is it showing the legacy frog behemoth? Yeah, this is going to be the crap yourself moment right here. Okay, so let's select all of those, create an encounter. Okay, so now when I open Kubazan Shrine, on number 3, so walled compound, there's what you're going to run into there. Kubazans, here's what you're going to run into here. What does it think is going on at 20? See, there's nothing tied to 20. Okay, we fixed that, so I can at least mark this. And then the other one that is kind of got me confused is area 2, the walled compound. You're going to run into 4 death dogs. Nice doggy. So I didn't have that updated in my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of notes. Alright, so I've got the food pyramid to map. And if I'm going to create an encounter or something there. And then I have got Ubtao Shrine to do, just because there's going to be an encounter there. And then whatever treasure I'm going to place at the Magic Academy. Oh, I know what I wanted to show off. I want you to see the city bathhouse. Let's collapse the temples. It should be in the 20s. So this is the bathhouse. So anybody that soaks in the pool for an hour in the shallow end gains the benefit of a long rest, including recovery of hit points, spell slots, the whole 9 yards. So that's just a little hidden gem in the middle of the city. And then this is fun because, you know, Rosni has been populating the city with undead just to kind of help keep people away from the city. Well, there's a maze, so naturally zombies are not the brightest crayon in the box. They have wandered into the maze and can't figure out how to get out of the maze. So you've got 6 zombies wandering around the fucking maze that they're going to have to contend with. So just little features like that. Bell Tower of the Dinosaur Lord isn't a combat encounter, but it's a hazard. And then the House of Vines has got a treasure hidden in it that is also a blessing and a curse. And then the other one that I'm really excited about is the Dino Dragon Inn. This looks like a ruined inn, but there's more. You go down into the basement. Of course, I've got full vision turned on because I don't have a token on the map right now. So a player down here will not see, or shouldn't see. Oh, it's because I've been down here before, that's why. So this is all hidden section here. I will have to reset the view. Let's see, how do I do that? figure it's probably under lighting. There's an option to reset the fog of war. No, it's not here. I'll find it, because I'm going to need to do it before we play. Because obviously I don't want them seeing the section that I experimented with. But as you can see, there's a whole boatload of snake people hidden in this underground chamber. These are actually Yuan-Ti rebels. And then if you go up to the second floor of the inn, that's the ground floor. The second floor of the inn is just more wreckage. And then of course, if you're crazy enough to get on the roof, this is what you're contending with. So, I actually bought this map off of Pinterest because I liked it. The guy did a good job, and so I made it work for me. Let's see, other interesting areas. The greenhouse. Just because there's some killer vegetation in here. Literally, some killer vegetation. Plenty of doors for them to open to navigate between the 3 domes. There's also a few other goodies hidden in there. And then, let's see, we did the Magic Academy. Ubtao Shrine. Just an abandoned shrine, empty. The Royal Palace. You've got some bats and some snakes wandering around out here. But you've also got some hidden Yuan-Ti Malisons. And then the Ruined Bazaar, which is fun because you have a hidden set of rooms underneath the Ruined Bazaar. We've got a scene at the Fallen Tree, which I did some really cool stuff with the lighting here, so I'm going to show this off. So like if a player is at the end of the log, you can only see, because of the obstruction of the tree roots, and of course you see the lighting around the shadows the plants are casting, and then of course the building. But like if you were over here, you got some wicked visuals through the tree roots. You can't really see all that good. But you put somebody over here with a good amount of dark vision and give them a bow and arrow, and they're gonna have a blast with whoever's coming across. So that's built out. We've actually got quite a few ruins around that. And so I did shadow map walls for all of those. So you can see, like the tree has a shadow, blind spot in your vision. The pile of rocks affects your vision. See? So I did some really cool things with mapping. And this is one of the things that I really like about the system, is the dynamic lighting. I've used a couple of different systems so far. Foundry's dynamic lighting and mapping facilities are the easiest to use. But the most important thing to me, because, I can put up with hard to use if the experience is good for my players. But some of the other things we've tried and done have not been a good experience for the players. And so that's part of the reason we are evaluating this, to determine if we want to switch around and play on this platform permanently. It's also the reason I'm putting a lot of effort into this, more so than I would our normal platform, which I'm not going to go throwing rocks at names tonight, but just to suffice to say, I tried it 2 or 3 times, couldn't get it to work right. I'm done. I've got better things to do than to troubleshoot poorly implemented software solutions. It either has to work out of the box and work consistently, or it needs to just be put back on the shelf and left alone. The problem is you're paying money for this software, or in some cases paying a subscription for this software, and to have something you can't use is just, to me, that's anathema to what I'm trying to accomplish with the game. So anyways, I'm done rambling. I'm done mapping. We've had a good time tonight. I've got one location left to do. I will work on it some more, because I've got to think about how I want to map it and get that going. And then probably need to tuck that down just a little bit. There we go. That way I'm not like sitting way down here. Oh, you know, I could have turned on the lighting behind me tonight too, just for effects. Turn on all the shelf lights and put them on auto rotate. Anyways, showing off. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for the game. Anyways, I will be back online Wednesday night. By then, I will have the Adventurers Wanted pages on the website done. I will have the last building in Omu done, and we will be moving on to probably doing either the palace or the tomb. I'm leaning towards the palace next, or the fortress of the Yuan-Ti, because I think that needs to be cleared out before the tomb. That's just me. I'm not the players. They may decide to do something else, because they definitely can throw a curve at me once in a while as a DM. But either way, I've got enough to keep them busy for at least 2 sessions in Omu, if not 3. We'll see how it goes Saturday night. So I'm trying to get confirmation for that for a game. So anyway, see you Wednesday night, and then again Saturday this week, and have a good one, and thanks for joining in. I'm fixing to get off here and call AT&T and find out what the heck's going on with my fiber internet. So y'all have a good rest of your night.
Mic off. Charging battery.